it's Grace, aka Bean and Chiad. I'm so happy to hear that you're feeling better, and when I saw your Discord message, I just couldn't help but respond to your request for updates on all the Wheel of Time news you've missed. So I hope you enjoy this little video we put together. Who loves white wine and giving orders? Who's the talk of the novices' quarters? Who's in need of updates since July? Recappa Sedai.
Oh, that's me!
Brian, I'm so glad to hear that you're doing well. When I was asked to contribute to this recap for Recappa video, of course I said yes. But then they told me I only have 60 seconds to summarize the last two teasers that we've got since July. And if you've seen my channel, you know I can't do things briefly, but I'm gonna try. Okay, we got a behind the scenes teaser on July 21st that had 36 new shots. Highlights include Aiel, White Cloaks, a fade nailed to a door, Fog, Shan-Chan, Shaved Head Rand, Egwene in the Tower, Quarterstaffs, and a warder training scene. We all know what that means. Shirtless Daniel Henney, and the most talked about shot, this mysterious lady that people think is either High Lady Surath, or possibly Semirog, or Lanfear, or maybe all three. On October 7th, we got a sneak peek of Season 2, with 37 shots. Highlights include a bloody hand, more shirtless shots, this time of Daniel Henney and Yosha Stradowski, a first look at Donal Finn as Matt, more Shan-Chan, they look awesome, Nynaeve in what could be her accepted test. For some reason, this shot of Nynaeve with a sword caused some controversy. I guess people somehow forgot that Nynaeve had a sword for a bit in Season 1. The sneak peek revealed that the man in Season 1 is not the Dark One, but is Shamael. It seems we get to see a few scenes of him probably talking to Rand in dreams. This shot of Swan is amazing. The two standout shots that probably got the most discussion are this incredible shot of Egwene wearing the collar, which gave me chills, and this shot of what appears to be 12 people around a table with a Shamael in a large chair here. Many have speculated that this is the Dark Friends social, or possibly a meeting of the Forsaken. After some deep analysis, most of us have concluded that this is Padam Fain, this is probably an Aes Sedai with her ring, and this is likely a White Cloak, which most agree makes this the Dark Friends social.
Howdy there, Wolf Brother. Glad you're here. You're getting back in the swing of things, Recappa Sedai. We missed you. Some things you might have missed was Rafe's Gin and Tonic Q&A on Twitter back in July. I don't have a Twitter, so clearly I'm the most qualified to tell you about this. But some big ones is we're going to have still 8 episodes, but longer times on those episodes. We're going to get some more explanation into Lan and Moraine, which will be brand new to us, stuff that wasn't in the book. More Forsaken. Big one, Season 3 has been greenlit already. And then my personal favorite, we'll be seeing Hopper in Season 2. May you know good hunting.
At San Diego Comic-Con, it was announced that new episodes of the Wheel of Time Origins animated shorts would be coming in August. The SDCC Wheel of Time panel consisted of Origins producer Craig Muller, producer Mike Weber, writer Rami Park, Rafe Judkins, and Daniel Henney. Attendees were treated to a new animated short about the history of Malkier. Shortly after, the Wheel of Time official accounts reiterated that August was when we could expect the new Origins episodes to drop. When August came, fans waited with anticipation for 31 days. No Origins came and no messengers. Yet we waited, and on the 31st day, we knew the bitter taste of betrayal. No Origins was coming. The Tweeter of Chaos blamed the Intern of Chaos for destroying the footage, and it has not been recovered since. Luckily, Twitter of Time had its own Origins series to keep itself occupied.
For centuries, Wheel of Time fans have sought to understand the nippling of Twitter of Time. Over 1 year ago, Esther and the forces of thirst struck the Twitter of Time and thirsted over Trollocs for days. Before the thirst was imprisoned, Esther delivered one last defiant strike. Esther forever poisoned the source of thirst for the minds of Twitter of Time. With this, Kevin Angus lost his mind. He nippled their beloved Rafe Judkins. He nippled Randall Thor and the letters born of him, his Waygate, his drag car, everyone. The Tweeter of Chaos released Kevin from his madness, just to show him what he had done. But it wasn't Kevin Angus alone who suffered. The nipple thirst spread. No one on Twitter of Time was spared, and so began the nippling, the time of madness. It was a time of unchecked, unhinged memes that destroyed Twitter of Time. They changed the face of the fandom and ended the age of longing. New content for the Wheel of Time is driven to the brink of extinction. What few content creators remained are scattered across a nippled and unrecognizable land. The nippling has lasted for over 5 months and ends only when Season 2 has been released. By then, entire branches of fandom discourse will have disappeared. Centuries of theories and themed character weeks gone. The very lives we live today are shaped by this immeasurable nipple thirst. For those of you destined to join Twitter of Time, it would be among the most sacred duties as a Twitter of Timer to protect the world from another such nippling.
Hey Brian, so good to hear that you're feeling better. I'm going to give you a real quick update on Con, so you know what happened there. Boy, did we get up to a lot. We had people turn up in cosplay all the time. We had so many different panels. We had ones based on British TV shows. We had making Season 2 even queerer. We had one about making Wheel of Time teas. We had real teas made. We had games. There was like a bingo game to begin with. I took people out on a walking tour of Manchester. We saw furries. That was hilarious. And we just had an absolute blast. Two of the major highlights for me was we had a awesome costume contest on the Saturday night, which people really got into, and we had a hilarious Lucifer doll turn up. And then Jim from Way at the Heron turned up in the middle of work. He literally took a train, turned up, did the thing, and went off again. But turned up and gave us a sword forms demonstration, and everyone got to have a bit of a kick-ass go playing, doing some sword fighting as well. It was incredible. So much fun. I'm looking forward to this year. But it's great to see you back, mate. Hope things continue to improve for you, and I can't wait to see Recappa appear and all the things once again. So, bye, mate.
Hey, Brian, glad that you're doing well. We're here to give you a quick recap on what you missed at New York Comic Con. We were lucky enough to be there in person. Rafe was there with Daniel, Marcus, Maddie, Kira, and Donald. Donald and Kira were very excited to be part of the show. They showed an amazing teaser for Season 2, which you've probably already seen by now. But they also showed 2 clips of Kira and Donna, which they have yet to release to the public.
The Kira clip involves Elaine meeting Egwene in the tower for the first time and being positively horrified at the conditions of the novice quarters. Actually, Egwene's been here for some time, and the horrible mess is all her stuff. Awkward. Also, Egwene has no idea who Elaine Trakand even is, even though she's supposed to be her subject. Kira absolutely nails Elaine in the scene, and we can't wait to see more of her this season.
Okay, Joe actually forgot a video. It starts off with this video with Rosman in Prague, and she's getting picked up for a ride to the studio by also Rosman. So it's like really mysterious, but it confirms Forsaken. And it hints that they're going to pretend to be other people on the show. Then there's a scene from the show with new Matt and Leandrin, and I'm not saying there's tension, but he sticks his finger in her honey cakes. It's tense and it's funny, and he's a prisoner, but he's clocking everything, and he's planning a Shawshank escape.
Hey, Brian. It's good to have you back. Super happy that you're recovering well. My favorite thing from this last year has got to be the New York Comic Con Season 2 Wheel of Time TV series panel. I got the virtual pass so I could watch the panel, and I was one of the many who got to hear descriptions about the new scenes, but didn't actually get to see the scenes. That's okay. We'll see them in the show. Good to have you back.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, Brian.
I'm here with Anis to tell you about an adventure that we went on in September. We went to go see Donal Finn in a performance of Sing Street, the musical, and he was amazing. We were totally blown away. He stole the show, and we had a little bit more of an adventure afterwards. You want to talk about that, Anis?
Yeah, so I felt like we believed we were going to see him afterwards, but we didn't really say that out loud. So we just like, hung around after the show ended, and we were like, keep looking around. We saw like some of the cast, and we're like, wait, it's Donald. That's Donald. So we like ran after him, and we're like, hi, can we talk to you? And I don't remember what he said, but it felt like so long, but it also felt like a short time. But he was just so amazing, so nice, and he he just, we told him we came to see him. We told him we were Wheel of Time fans, and I think he mentioned something about, he's excited about season 2, and that he understands that he's coming into this recast role, and it was so charming.
So charming. So
Yeah.
charming. And he signed autographs for us on the Sing Street program. So we both got his autograph.
Yay!
It's upside down. And I kept the Sharpie that he used to sign our program. So this is now called the A Sharpie Dari from our Matt. And we can't wait to see him in season 2. And he's just a great person. And we were able to share some photos and our story on Twitter on the day after we saw the show, which just happened to be a Wednesday, during a period of drought with not a lot of What Wednesday news. And we were able to bring some joy to the fandom that day.
So excited by Donald.
Totally.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Brian, Recappa Sedai, I'm so excited to hear you're doing better. And to the woman I stopped in front of at the grocery store when your Discord message came through, I'm very sorry. Anyway, there's been a lot of exciting things happening on Twitter. One of those was called What I'm Wearing. The Twitter account for Amazon posted asking everybody to share cosplays that they did, and the results were amazing. I'm not going to say anybody's was the best, but, They even shared some of their favorites on the official account at the end, and mine was not included. Something about spoilers. I'm not a spoiler, you're a spoiler. Tamas!
Hey Brian, this is Roof Mistress Leia. Welcome back. We're all so thrilled to hear you're doing better. Lots of stuff has happened in the world of Wheel of Time while you were recovering. That being said, I believe the most important piece of news is shoes. Yep, that's right, shoes. In particular, boots. We all know the Wheel of Time series may possibly have the most gorgeous cast ever. What we didn't know was all of their boot game is absolutely on point. Whether they're participating in a Comic-Con panel, hamming it up for Insta, or at one of their shows, all of them have exquisite boot game. Again, so glad you're on the mend and hope you enjoyed this little bit of Bootylicious Watt news.
Rebecca here from Reading the Pattern. Brian, I'm so glad to hear you're doing better. Recappa, you have been missed. One thing you missed was Dragon Mount hosting a rewatch of Season 1. And for each episode, Rafe Judkins agreed to answer one fan-submitted question. So here are some answers we got. There were a lot of Easter eggs in episode 1, including Nynaeve telling Egwene to trust the river, which signifies not only how to channel Sidar and the history of Manetheren, but also how Nynaeve will eventually break her own block. Scenes written for episode 2 but never filmed included Lan versus a Fade, Moraine channeling a wall of fire, and Lan teaching the guys to use their weapons. They specifically wanted Tom's song in episode 3 to have an old Western vibe. Jenny is really a dog, an Irish wolfhound, and we'll get to see more of Moraine and Alana's friendship in season 2. Fane's creepy, iconic whistle was actually recorded by composer Lauren Balfe in the bathtub. A scene of Padan Fane using an Avendasaur leaf to open a waygate was cut for time, but use of the key is still canon and will appear on screen. Most importantly, the writers referred to the shack where Moraine and Swan meet up as the FFH. What is your interpretation of what those Fs stand for?
So back in November, we had Ogir Khan, and this was a group of 14 fans who got together and we went down to Charleston for the release and book signing of Origins of the Wheel of Time. So we didn't really think what this was going to turn into, but oh my God, we got to do the most amazing things. So the book signing itself was on a Tuesday, and we got there on Sunday and, just hung out at this amazing Black Aja mansion. And on the Monday at the Citadel, Professor Livingston was having this talk, and we went there, and it was amazing. He had some of the RG's notes from the library there. We got to look at that. And then the next day, what happened the next day that was amazing?
Wait a minute. We need to back up a second, because
What?
after the talk that he gave at the library, we got to do
RJ
something
desk.
else. Yeah. So Livingston was kind enough to take us on a little tour of the campus after his talk and after we took some photos with him. And he brought us to his office where he has Robert Jordan's desk and Robert Jordan's chair, which he let us all sit in and take photos. He could not have been nicer and more accommodating. He was so sweet and so touched that we were there to support him. So he really gave us the full fan experience, and it was incredible. And
Yeah.
then on
and-
Tuesday, it got even crazier.
All right. We got to go through the gates of Paradisen. The gate that so we got to visit and tour Harriet's house, RJ's house, and met Maria and Harriet, and it was walking through, seeing the dragon banner, the dragon on the door, the lovely garden, then Maria telling the story, showing her office. It was just magical. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep. And Critter got to interview Harriet,
Yep.
and Harriet gave us a great lunch recommendation that we went to in
Yes.
Charleston, which was so good.
Yeah.
And then the signing itself.
She saw our shirts.
She
And
did.
She was like, "There's an Ogir Street." She like pointed at at me, and I was like, "I'm dead. I'm dead now."
Yes. Ogir Street. And shout out to Vance for giving us the name Ogir Khan. It was a great idea and perfect for our t-shirts. And we actually got to pose with the Ogir Street sign as well. So a lot of great adventures. The book signing itself was fantastic. Obviously we all got to get our books signed. I have mine here, signed by Michael. And it also happened to be Michael's birthday. I think it was
The Sunday before.
It was the Sunday before he did
yeah.
the signing. So we brought him cupcakes and surprised him with that. Rob bought a bottle of gin from the UK to surprise him with. That had been an inside joke with them on Twitter. And we all had these little mustaches because Michael has a great mustache, as you might know. And we took photos with our mustaches. It was just a fantastic time, and we wanted to tell you about it because we thought it would brighten your day.
Yeah. Ogir Khan.
Ogir Khan. Maybe we'll do it again someday.
Yeah.
Hey Brian, so happy to hear that you're on the mend and you're slowly but surely coming back to us. Highlights from the Wheel of Time fandom in the last year or so, in the last 6 months for me, have been definitely going down to Charleston for the Origins of the Wheel of Time book signing. And while I was there, I had the absolute pleasure of interviewing Harriet McDougal, and she was just an absolute delight. She is just so knowledgeable, and my mind was blown just being in her presence. We also got to do a tour of the grounds of her house, her gardens or whatever, and it was just so cool to be there and see all the Wheel of Time things in Charleston. I also, over the holidays, noticed that there are just not nearly enough Wheel of Time Christmas sweaters, so I designed a few. I also have one for the boys, but there's Loki. He says hi too. And then the Wheel and Chill show had its 1-year anniversary also in November, so that was a good time. Things have been great, and I cannot wait to hopefully talk to you soon.
Hi Recappa, it's Alyssa Powers of One Power Ballads, and I am here to recap for you the parodies that I have done since July. Feel a little bit sheepish because you're absolutely amazing and the best of all time. Since July, I've made 4 parodies. 1, Oops, I Did It Again.
It's Grendel Witch.
2, All I Want for Christmas Is 2. I
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. And Daniel Penny doing sorbons with no shirt on my TV.
3. Carol of Demise Wells. Shine to be where vengeance is here. Blood now is spilled. Ash upon kill. 4. A Memory of Light. I remember just me, the woods, a book in my hand. Anyway, I'm just so glad that you're doing better, and I wish you all the best. Mwah.
Hey, Brian. I'm super happy that you're doing better, that you're well on your way to recovery. Can't wait to see you running around. We need the wig back. We need the wine back. My favorite moment from the last year, the Wada Holiday stream. We knocked it out of the park. Goal of 10, and I know we think came around 11 or so. I'm not exactly sure on the final number, but we knocked it out of the park. Tarvalin After Dark showed up. Decibel and a whole bunch of fantastic folks. So go back and watch it when you can. It's on YouTube on Malkir Talks.
Hi Brian, it's Sulin. One of the things we wanted to recap for you was a trip that a group of us, which was Bane and Chiad, Rob, Malkir Talks, Edit Edits, Cami, Rational Nerd, and Law's Library took to see Iola Smart in a play called Paradise Now, which is currently on at the Bush Theatre in London. We had so much fun and we laughed and we cried, and I think we came out thinking she'll make a great Avienda, especially with the violent threats that she made during the play. We were also super lucky in that we got to meet her after. She was so kind and gracious, thanked us for seeing the show, and we were the first big group of Wheel of Time fans that she'd met. So we were all completely red-faced and starstruck. She also said she'd grown up with the books around her, as both her sisters have read them multiple times, which is super cool. We hope that you're doing really well, and from this side of the pond, cheers.
Keeping it real in the world today takes everything you've got. Thirsty for tea, you send Tea-Vana, but will she serve it hot? I think we all know there is no way. That girl has got to go, and yes, it's not still to the flame. That nobody tests for rain. And speaking of tea, where could she be? Tea-Vana should be ashamed. That girl will see Recappa rules this domain. Winona plays with warders all day, responsible she's not. You don't see a glass of wine, so you worry, has the girl forgot? And your Kassira's MIA. That girl has got to go, and yes, it's not sealed to the flame. That all these novices are lame. Tea-Vana's slow, but we all know Winona is just the same. They soon will see Recappa rules this domain.
Oh, my friend, it's so good to hear that you are coming back. We've missed you so, and I want to sing Recappa. We love you. Oh yes, you're the one for all of us. And we all are so glad that you're back and can't wait to see you. We love you. This is good news. We love you. Bye.
Hey Brian, it's Jason /Dariush. Just wanted to shoot you a quick note and say welcome back to our community. We've missed you and we're so glad that you're doing well. I am in this beautiful backdrop because it is my 50th birthday celebration and I am in Fiji. But I can't wait to see you soon and I hope all goes well. Keep us posted on what you're doing next. Love you. Bye.
Ryan, once again, I just want to say we're so glad that you're doing well. We're not trying to rush you at all. We need you to recover and take the time you need, but we're also very anxious to see you again. We miss you. We've been thinking about you. We've been praying for you. This has really just shown me how wonderful this Wheel of Time community is. Seeing everyone rally around you when you were in need, seeing everyone donate, we were all so anxious to help. We love you. We care about you. May the light shine on you.
Hey Tari, did you hear the news? I did. I heard Recappa's back.
Recappa's back. We are so thrilled, Recappa. We have missed you. We love you. We were so sorry to hear what happened, but you're coming back.
Better than ever.
Absolutely. So here's to you, Recappa.
Walk in the light and keep it real.